the way the Dallas Mavericks took a hold of that game early, Luka said, you know what? I'm going to put y'all in y'all place, and I'm going to show y'all why I'm one of, if not the best young player in the game. I'm going to outscore you in the first quarter myself. And so now we have the NBA Finals set. Mm-hmm. Dallas Mavericks, Boston Celtics this Thursday, Game 1. Thoughts on this matchup and also how the Mavericks just came out in Game 6 and says, you know what? This is it. I'm sorry, in Game 5 and said, this is it. You guys, it's over for y'all. Y'all go home now.
Man, I'm pretty sure everybody else thought it was going to be a more competitive game than it was, man. But you know what? I thought that the way that Luka Doncic came out in that game, it was basically saying, listen, I'm gonna put this team on my back, and y'all gonna ride this horse all the way to the Western Conference Finals. That's basically what he did, man. I thought he was going to end up with 60 points. I mean, listen, when he's making shots 30, 40 footers, pulling from the logo, there's no way to defend that. There's nothing that you can do. Even I thought Minnesota did a great job of making the adjustment on defense where they was making him set the pick and roll higher when he was coming across half court and making him make a decision. But, man, when you pull up from 30 and 40 feet and you got 20 points by the first quarter, I mean, there's nothing that they really could do to really stop Luka. To stop Luka. But then on the flip side, Kyrie had a quiet 36. Him and Luka ended up with 36 points apiece, 72 points between them. And when they said Kyrie had 30 points, like you didn't even see it because you was just so in awe of the performance by Luka, and you're just saying to yourself, like, yo, this man is smoking hot. I mean, there was nothing that they could do. They was trying to get the ball out of his hand with double teams, and it really didn't matter. P.J. Washington came in, knocked down a couple threes, and obviously Kyrie was scoring at the same pace that Luka was, but in the fashion that Luka did it, nobody was even paying attention to Kyrie at the time. And so now we are in the NBA Finals, and I'm looking at this matchup, and I'm saying to myself that, you know what, I did not want to believe the hype of how good Luka really was. So it was my first time really watching him play every single game of this series, and I said to myself, this young man is the real deal. There's no doubt about it. The way he creates space and slows the game down, everybody tries to speed him up, and he is just so efficient shooting the basketball from everywhere on the basketball court. And so I'm looking at this series. I believe it's going to be a guard series, but obviously between Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and Jaylen Brown. But I think I'm going to give Dallas the edge because I believe that Porzingis has to be healthy. If he's not healthy, then I do not believe that 37-year-old Al Horford in his 17th season is going to be able to hold up against Lively and Gafford. I think that's going to be, the advantage in the series is in the paint, is where Boston is going to struggle, because even if Porzingis plays, I believe he's a stretch five where he can shoot the three. Gafford will have to defend on the perimeter. But I believe that this kid, Derek Lively, man, he is going to be a problem in the paint for Boston. And I just don't think that matchup between him and Al Horford, that's going to be the edge for the Dallas Mavericks winning the world championship.
You know, when you look at this, it's also Lively. We know he didn't miss a shot, but him and Gafford, all their buckets are off lobs.
Right.
They're off lobs. And so I truly believe the Boston pick and roll, they're going to switch everything because they have the size where they can switch everything now.
Right.
The liability may be in Al Horford when he switches on Kyrie, but does Luka plays at a pace, and you spoke on this earlier, he doesn't get sped up. But is he quick enough to exploit Al Horford on a consistent basis? We know he's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Can he exploit that mismatch? Because they're going to run pick and rolls and try to get the mismatch. I don't see Boston giving up that lob. They're just going to switch it. They're not going to play it how Minnesota. They're not going to drop because they don't run Gobert switching up on Luka. They're going to switch everything. Right. And if they switch everything, if Al Horford can guard, or nobody's going to guard Luka. If they can slow Luka down and make it hard for him, now you have a ball game. Because does Dallas now get a ball to Kyrie and say, we're going to get in that same pick and roll now, switch off on Kyrie? Now you're at a huge disadvantage if you're the Boston Celtics. I believe Porzingis is going to come back. He hurt his calf, I believe it was April 27th. So he'll have close to 6 weeks of rest. I'm sure he's been doing his rehab. I believe he's going to play, and that's going to be a huge addition for the Boston Celtics. We're on different sides of this, but I honestly don't see how the Boston Celtics lose this, man. I said it last week.
You don't see?
I don't. I said it last week, man.
Defensively for Boston, everybody knows that Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown are two of the best perimeter defenders in this league. We know that. But Jason Tatum is going to have to play some defense.
Jason Tatum plays defense now.
I understand that, but he is going to have to play defense to a certain degree that he's not used to playing at this intensity, because I believe that Kyrie and Luka are going to put Jason Tatum in the pick and roll.
That's fine. Tatum can play. That's no problem.
What I'm saying is it's going to cost Boston on the offensive end, because he is going to have to defend at a premium.
Okay.
So you put him in the pick and roll with Luka and Kyrie Irving constantly, it's going to hurt him on the offensive end for the Celtics, because they need him to be the leading scorer every single game.
Answer this now. So we know offensively it's Kyrie and Luka. Right. When you look at the Boston Celtics, they have 4 perimeter defenders that are way above average in Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Jason Tatum. So 2 of those 4 are going to guard Luka and Kyrie. Now, we know that at times when you screen and switches may take place, but for the most part, he's not going to exclusively have to guard Kyrie and Luka. And if they seek him out, you seeking him out like he's a bum or something on defense. He could play defense. And if it does take away from his offensive game, this is why you play sports. It's such an ultimate team game, because if they want to seek you out and try to wear you out defensively, that means Jaylen Brown is resting, or that means Derek White is resting. So now the onus is on them to pick the load up offensively. And so you have to be okay with that and say, my teammate's going to have my back on the other side of the floor. And so I'm rolling with the Celtics. I said it last week. I don't see they have the advantage. Now, when the bigger question is this, and we can probably get to this when we come back, who has the advantage of the duos? Is it easy. Tatum and Brown, or is it Kyrie and Luka? That's easy, really?
That's easy.
Come on, man. So,
okay, I'm going to ask you these 2 questions. Or you want to hit this after the break? What you want to do? How you want to get down?
We're gonna let you think about your answer, because you just said that's easy. We're going to let you think
that's real easy. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
It's easy.
So Mr. Burress is going to tell us why. For y'all that don't know, man, y'all watch Plax on the Carton Show during the week, man. I don't know if y'all noticed this, man. Plax is a boxer. He a baseball player. He a hooper. Man, he do it all.
Everything, dog.
He does it all, man. Plax is.
You see me?
Hey, they probably like, what are they talking about, man?